So after a good front row start, managed to tuck into third place, following these guys, probably a little bit hot for me. So I've got to follow these guys, but manage my pace for the hour. So I know there's a couple of guys running behind me that will probably come past in the short term, but for now, I need to hang on as best I can, but not send the heart rate over the top. So you can see the third place now is going to come past. Probably a mistake letting him pass because he keeps a bit of a gap. Yeah, it doesn't close onto their wheel. So I'll just sit on his wheel for a while. And I know Hans now is behind me, a good friend who would normally beat me. So I'm waiting for Hans to try and come through because he would normally be with the front group. So it's just a case of just pacing this first lap sensibly and not going too deep. At this point, we start catching the back of the V40s who started a minute in front of us. So there'll be a lot of traffic now to get through. It's trying to now get through the traffic safely, not be too aggressive, but make sure I try and stay with my group where I can. So these are Hans now running in front of me, goes into the technical section after having got in front of me, a bit of a gap there, goes around this corner, gets it completely wrong, misses the corner, puts the foot down, slows us both down. He makes another mistake shortly afterwards. We had a bit of banter. I told him he was an amateur. I got past him and then I made a mistake. He returned the banter. All good fun, and it meant, had a bit of a laugh together. You can see the challenge now when we come across the slower riders on some single track. We've let the front group go now. We've got to just try and pick our way past this guy. He's in his own race, so we need to respect his space, get past when we can. Hans managed to nip through there. I'm stuck behind for now. I've got a sharp turn here and I know there'll be a way past. Got a bit, there you go, up the outside there, just sneak through a little bit of a gap. Hans has got away from me, but I know there's a bit of a technical section coming up. Hans will probably take the sensible B line. I'll take the less sensible A line, hoping I can close back onto his wheel at that point. So that was a great result. The difference between the A and the B line there was significant. Not only did I catch up with Hans, I actually managed to pass him and had a small gap. So at this stage, I thought I need to go really deep now. Just try and close the gap on the guys in front. If Hans is following me, great. If I can put a gap into him, even better. But you'll see now there's quite a lot of traffic from the V40s that we're gonna go through. It's trying to now get past those before we get to any technical sections.
So through the fast parts of the course, I've done quite well getting past the V40s. Early shouts, they've all been really good, go out the way. Just got to get past a few more now. I know there's some technical single track coming up through some trees. I know I'll get held up, so get as many as I can before then. I get a glimpse of the front group every now and then as I go around the corner, so I can see they're in the front, not that far ahead. So I'm just thinking, push quite hard, get past people where I can, hope they get held up, and maybe I'll get back on that front group. So I'd pushed quite hard to get past as many people as possible, which was great because I got a clear run through this single track. But I'd gone a bit deep, the heart rate was starting to spike a bit, so usually get out of here then and just sit back in a little bit, recover. I've got a good bit of open track for a while now, but I just need to drop the heart rate down again, so steady for it before I have another push to try and get past some more riders. So the timing wasn't great to meet this guy. I gave him a shout to come through, but as you can see, there's a very narrow single track with a line there. He tried to fight me off. I did give him a shout and say V50 coming through. He acknowledged it, to be fair to him, and said as soon as he could, gets round his next corner, moves out of the way, and lets me down, lets me past. So yeah, fair play. Thanks for that guy. I could see my front group every now and then, slightly in front. I wasn't really gaining on them that much, but I managed to get a clear run past people into the single track, so I knew I wouldn't get held up in the single track now. It was a case of trying to maximise time through here, recover a little bit wherever I can through the single track. The trees here are very narrow, so it's quite tight to get through there. And then just a bit of a recovery, so I go out the other side, I can have a bit of a push and just try and catch up, get onto the back of them, so I can then recover. So I can see the two slower riders in front catching up now, hoping they'll go down the B line. The first of them goes down the A line, the second goes down the B line. Means I get past one of them at least, and then I know from this point on it's quite open, so I'll be able to pick the other one off and hopefully not delay me too much while I'm chasing down my group. I've got my front group in sight now. I know there's a long dip coming up, big, long, gradual descent followed by a very steady, long climb. I'm thinking if I just put a real burst in now, real burn the legs, try and get on the back of them and then recover before the next technical section. And you can see it works quite well. Coming up the hill, they seem to be taking it a bit more steady, and I get right back up onto the wheel. So we've come around and finished the second lap. I was the quickest rider on the second lap as I pushed really hard to catch these guys up. Probably gone a bit deeper than I needed to. Took a gel, hoping to recover. Just trying to sit in now and just recover a while. They don't appear to be pushing too hard, so I do get a bit of recovery, which is quite helpful. So I've been sitting in fourth place now, feeling reasonably comfortable, clearly working hard, but thinking I'm on for a good result here. If I can just stick with this group now until the end, hopefully not get balked by any back markers. We've got a good run through the single track. I know we've got the technical drop off coming up, and then there's quite a bit of open track to get past people. So hopefully there'll be no reasons to lose the group. I see we're just approaching my young teammate Mac. Started under 23s, a couple of minutes ahead of us. Not having his best night, but his preparation wasn't great. Came straight from work and rode to the start. Give him a shout. He got out of the way, let me straight past. I thought he'd jump on the wheel, but I think his legs are struggling a bit tonight. Got to give a big shout out to young Max here on the left hand side. Big enduro bike, big heavy draggy tyres, full face helmet. His first race, he was great, got out of the way of everybody, loved it, went off the A-line drop every lap. His mum and dad perhaps need to get him some faster rolling tyres or a better bike, but I'm sure he was out there enjoying himself, and that's all we can ask of anybody.
So at this stage I'm starting to get pins and needles and numb fingers again, which is a problem I've had for a while since doing a long ride. I've come out of these trees and I'm struggling then with not being able to feel the hands properly, can't change gear. Came out of this corner, went the wrong way, went up the cassette rather than down the cassette, lost the wheel, then took me a while to realise and get back into the right gear, get the hands back, by which time I'd lost the group. And from then on I was just struggling because trying to work into the wind was hard work, so gradually the group pulled away from me. There's not much action for a while, so let's just fast forward the video for a few minutes just to catch up to the next bits of activity. Just approaching the A line now, AB line, and it's just a great example. Even when somebody else goes off the A line with you, you can just see the difference in you can carry in speed off the drop and around the next corners. Just see how I can close into the group in front, which gives me quite another group then to try and get past on the next bit of opening. So I can see at this point there's a big group in front of me, and I know there's quite a big twisty technical section and a bit of single track coming up. I have to try and get past as many as I can before we get to that, because I know once we're into the trees and the single track, there's nowhere to go. You just got to wait your turn. That'll be the time then just to go hard now, recover in the trees, and then go again when I come out as it opens back up again to try and get past all of this traffic. I think at this point the heart rate started to rise a bit, the legs started to get a bit tired. The group I just passed on the last straight then come back past me, and I just needed to just back off a little bit and just get the heart rate back under control. So I think there's about 4 of them come past me then while I just take a bit of a breather. So as we approach the bomb hole now on the left, on the A line, there's a couple gone down and crashed in the middle of it, so we have to go around the long way around the B line. Loses a bit of time, but keeps me on the group I'm following. So I've been using this group to drag me along, but I know the legs are struggling. So the guy who's just passed me now, I passed him probably a lap ago. He's been hanging on the back there. Came back through again. So yeah, for me now, I know there's not that long to go in the race, and it's just trying to hang on as best I can and manage the effort. think that's Andy Smith, another V50 just come past me, so I know I've dropped a place. First place I've dropped, I think, through the whole race. He's going quite well. It normally would start in front of me, generally would beat me, so I'm not surprised. It's a case for me now of just trying to hang on to Andy as long as I can, just to try and drag me towards the end. So I made a bit of a mistake here, got a bit close to Andy, gone down through the bomb hole. You see he's had to curb his speed for the people coming past the B line. It's forced me to unclip on the hill. Nearly went down but lost a lot of space, so I've lost Andy. lost some places, and there you can see Mark Ramon's got past me as well in the Dyson Cycles kit. I assumed he was a V60 because I didn't recognise the kit, so I didn't push that hard to get back past. I only found out after the race actually he's in V50, so I think he's maybe moved up from V40 to V50 this year. Lesson learned. So I'm happy with how the race went. I think it did very well early on. Endurance needs a bit of work. Mistake I made really at the end here with Mark thinking he was a V60. Should have raced and sprinted him anyway, but actually I let him get away and I only found out after the event. It meant it dropped me to 6th place rather than 5th place, but still a good race for the start of the year.